All right, let's check this out. So I believe this is roughly 88% of your max. With that said, like this is kind of, the intensity zone where some technical flaws are going to be exposed, especially when you're tired in a fatigued state like you definitely are going through a peak, or at least at the beginning stages of it. So I think it's hard to see from this angle, but if you see the initial pull, it does look like the bar is drifting out a little bit right there. And what we want to do is the opposite. We want to kind of try to sweep it in as you stand up. So when you stand up naturally, if you maintain this position of the torso, push through the ground with your legs, that's going to extend the knees back, the hips forward, right? And then that's going to clear space for the bar to travel straight up or slightly in and up. So try to swoop or sweep the bar in slightly. That's going to keep it closer at the knee. I think that'll also allow you to have your torso just slightly more vertical. And that will eliminate some of the space here between you and the bar, which I think is causing a little bit of horizontal displacement, and the bar's getting out in front of you a little bit off the top of the pool, or off the thigh. So we need to do a better job of sweeping the bar in, keeping it close, chest up. Right there is where it's kind of getting away. Keep it a little closer, keep your chest high. And then when you pull under, keep the bar tighter. You got to eliminate this space. Keep your hips in a straight line going down. In your knees and hips, we want pressure forward, so that whenever you hit the bottom position, knees are a little more forward, hips are forward right between your ankles. That's going to keep your torso straight up. It's also going to create more room between your elbows and your knees, which we want. Elbows could be a little higher, and that's going to make the standing up portion of the clean much easier. You front squat damn near 200 kilos, so there's really no excuse to allow this weight to pin you, even if it is a bad reception. The bar is a little bit forward in the catch, which is, kind of creating some issues. That's why you're not able to get out of the bottom. Maybe there's some pain too, but regardless, you got to keep the bar closer here. And to do that, I think you make this correction, which then will make this correction naturally, and that will make this correction again naturally. And then the correction with the hips and the knees and the catch, same thing when you're front squatting. And then elbows got to be higher. It's going to make this really easy. You come flying out the bottom with 170 kilos. Not get pinned with 145 ever again. Then in the jerk, I think you could do a better job of using your legs to drive. The jerk's fine, but just doesn't look like there's a whole lot of leg drive. I mean, there's enough to make the lift, but you got big, strong legs, man. Use them. So when you're going into the descent, you really try to load your hips and your quads. And then on that redirection up, man, you just got to drive like crazy. Even if it's light, that's fine. But practice the dip and drive and really loading your lower body as you descend down into the dip. And that's going to really make the drive much easier with the heavier weights. Because the timing's good. I think it's just a lack of leg drive on some of the heavier jerks. Another thing is, the easier you make the clean, the easier the jerk's going to be naturally, because you have more energy going into it. So lesson learned. Make the corrections. Do not ever allow yourself to get pinned with 145 again. And then smoke the jerks by using more leg drive and effort. Nice work, bro.